Ahoy there gamers, Behaviour have ruined my favourite perk in the entire game. Now it wasn't in the recent PTB, it was in the live patch last week, and I don't know if they meant to do it or if it was a bug or an oversight or what, but the perk in question is Lightweight. If you've stopped by my stream at any point and I've been playing Survivor, you will have seen it on my class, because I've been using it for a very long time now. In fact, you can go back to my first Survivor video and oh look at that, there's Lightweight.
Oh my god! Wow!
So what does the perk do? Lightweight reduces the lifetime of your scratch marks by 5 seconds. It also reduces the spawn chance of patches of scratch marks by 60%, making their spacing more inconsistent. Now, little known fact about me, just like Michaela, I'm also clairvoyant, so I can already read the comments right now that people have already typed out. But JC, why would Lightweight be your favourite perk? Big Daddy Ots told me that the perk was niche.
Now and then. Personally, I think this perk is too passive. If you don't have fixated, you're not even aware of when your scratch marks are actually becoming confusing. So you kind of run this perk and hope that it does something.
Now, to use Otstava's own words against him,
No, you're wrong. You have said something that is not factual.
or he was wrong. He's not now because Behaviour ruined it, but at the time of the video he was wrong. We'll start with the issue at hand. In the Kaneki patch, Behaviour reworked scratch marks so they were not broken. Now this is great because scratch marks were super weird since the Unreal Engine 5 patch in their spacing. If you don't know which patch this was, it's the one that introduced the Sable and Unknown. In fixing the base scratch marks, they've massively affected Lightweight. In fact gamers, while we talk about the perk a little bit, I'll leave 2 screenshots up on the screen. One of them is scratch marks with Lightweight and the other one is scratch marks without Lightweight. Try and work out which one is which. Now the reason that I rated it so highly is because I look at the perk differently from pretty much everyone else in the DBD community. Almost everyone sees it and thinks of it as a stealth perk. The reason I believe for this opinion is a lot of players that play this game, they're veteran players, and the game that was played very differently back in the day. Now Lightweight I believe was one of the original perks, and stealth was big back when the game first released, so everyone associates this perk with the stealth playstyle, and because all content creators are OGs in this and they all share the same opinion, that influences new players and then they get the same opinion. But its true strength was in Misdirection. Killers use 2 things to track survivors in chase: sound and scratch marks. Lightweight would space out the scratch marks just enough to confuse killers on tall wall loops. Now do note I say confuse, not lose. They would follow the scratch marks, they'd look weird and inconsistent, which would throw them off and take them a couple of seconds to readjust to what is happening. This is amazing because one of the strongest things that you can do as a survivor in the game is Shift W. So this is where you run as far as you can for as long as you can and use that to waste time rather than playing a tile. There's little to no counterplay from most killers in the game, so it's exceptionally strong without much effort. It also doesn't use resources. Now because you confuse them on a tile, it would allow you to Shift W off the tile that you're on and make distance elsewhere while they're trying to work out what's just happened, rather than needing to play that tile. This greatly improved the amount of time that you would waste on a tile and had the huge benefit of preserving resources for that tile to be used later. This is where the true strength of Lightweight came in, because I also ran Iron Will with it, which would suppress my grunts of pain. This further removed information from the killer to track me in chase and increased the odds of me being able to Shift W completely safely. This combo allowed me to have completely passive chase perks that greatly buffed the sheer amount of time I could waste in a chase without ever needing to worry about the perks expiring like you would have to with exhausted perks, for example. Once you use an exhausted perk, it's gone. Lightweight and Iron Will on the other hand, you can just use them indefinitely as long as you don't get exhausted, which would turn off Iron Will, but most people aren't running exhausted perks on the killer roster. Back to the picture quickly. The picture on the left is the one with Lightweight. We'll get back onto it in a little bit. Now some people are undoubtedly going to comment, well actually JC, I'm a high MMR killer who has 14 professional homelessness awards in the form of 1v1 DBD ladder wins under my belt. Only really bad killers would ever fall for such tactics. Okay, I hear you, but oh, how did that get there? Well, it'd be simply rude to not watch the clip, so let's see what it is, shall we?
Excellent. Oh, you don't know about on stream? We can do it off stream sometime. That's no pro bueno. Also, no scratch marks. Are you running Lucky Break? Is someone running a little bitch break? Hold on. This ain't okay. Well, I guess we don't find that gamer. Fair enough.
For those who don't know, this is Lilith Omen playing the game. You know, that Lilith Omen. The Ellen in this clip is me. I was anonymous because I was playing with my friend at the time off stream, but it is me. Did you see my scratch marks? Probably not. And despite what Lilith said, I wasn't running Lucky Break. As you can see my blood here, I was running Iron Will and Lightweight. Not only was I running this combo, but this was pre-buff Iron Will too, so it's at 80% noise suppression, not 100%. I actually went round the right side of the wall here if you're wondering where I went. It was pretty open pathing, but I still confused and lost Lilith Omen with it. So if you're only saying it works on bad killers, then you're calling Lilith Omen bad. Even though he called me, let me look at my notes, a little bitch. That's just rude, isn't it? I still think he's a good player. But you can see how effective that was. Completely passive value. Now imagine that on any tall wall loop on the game. It worked on jungle gyms, it worked on TLs, it worked on big rocks, it worked on the bins in Autohaven, etc, etc. Before anyone asks, JC, why do you randomly have a clip of losing Lilith Omen from like 9 months ago lying around? Oh well, that's simple. It's because I'm his #1 fan, and when I lost him I could barely contain my excitement. I just had to clip it and back it up on 13 different computers. No, the reason's actually much more boring. It's because I used the footage as evidence in a forum post for why Iron Will didn't need a buff back in the day. I was running Iron Will long before they buffed it because of how strong it was, as you could see in that clip, and just like at Lightweight, everyone thought it was bad because all the content creators said it was bad. It wasn't. It was still insanely strong, so that's why I have the clip. Back onto the topic. Granted, Iron Will also greatly helps in these situations here, which is why I do run both perks. But 2 perks permanently active that help in chase, even against really good killers, was fantastic. It also worked really well out of chase. Let's say you need to unhook somebody and you want to do it safely. Well, you could much more easily sneak your way to them thanks to the scratch marks getting removed quicker and the harder to see scratch marks, improving your chances of getting the safe unhook. I also run Shoulder the Burden, which exposes you, and Lightweight did a great job at slipping away from the hook while I was exposed after the shoulder play to reduce the chances of the killer finding me. Its applications were just more than stealth, and I work this out because I'm relatively new to the game compared to most creators. I've only been playing for about 2.5 years, so I didn't have any preconceived notions about how perks should be used, and I just worked this one out on my own. Now I mainly make killer related videos on this game for YouTube, even though I mostly play Survivor, so people don't really know my builds unless they've watched the occasional Survivor video that I throw out. When someone from YouTube comes by my stream and talks, I would say about 80% of the time after 5 minutes of being in the stream, they would notice I'm running Lightweight and ask why the fuck I was running it. I'd explain everything I just did to them about it being an amazing chase perk, and after about 2 matches they would understand because of how much value it would grant me. And now look at the perk.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
I mean, the non-lightweight screenshot actually looks more spread out than the lightweight one now does. Now again, the scratch marks do actually still disappear sooner with lightweight, which is very helpful, and it does actually create a gap very occasionally. Here's a picture of the gap it creates. Can you see the gap?
Isolate vector A6. Enhance.
There it is, gamers.
Ooh, that's kind of small. Yikes.
And it does this very occasionally. Absolutely pathetic. Like I said, I don't know if this is an oversight or a bug or what, but I do hope Behavior fixes it because right now it's pretty shit, and I think I've gone through enough of Behavior ruining my favourite things in this game. First it was Sadako, then it was Skull Merchant, then it was Chucky. Can you please not start doing it to my Survivor perks too? Anyway, that's all from me, gamers. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.